Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, finally with my chart haul video for January 2K17, like showing you my favorite releases in terms of vinyl and CDs that came out in the past weeks or so you have like an overview of what I like musically and stuff and what I play out as a DJ and all that jazz. And you might wonder why I'm wearing a Resident Evil t-shirt, because I haven't mentioned gaming at all on my channel within the 1.5 years I'm doing this now. And no, I'm not a gamer at all. I don't play video games at all. But what happened is that I happened to work at the Resident Evil 7 launch event, which took place at the Grünspan Club where I work, like a few weeks ago, and so all crew were getting these t-shirts to wear on that night, and we were about to keep the t-shirts. So this is how this comes to be. And the host for that night was Gronk, Germany's biggest YouTuber, maybe, with about 4.4 million subscribers, and we met briefly, just hello, handshake and all that, but no time to talk. But that seems to be a nice guy, very friendly, and it was very impressive that he took the time after the event to give everyone an autograph and a hug, and he was sitting there for 2 or 3 hours. Very impressive in terms of work ethics and in connection to the audience. So props to that guy. And the second thing I want to mention before I go into the my favorite releases is that there is a new mix of mine available on YouTube, and this is one that is a little special maybe. So I've been digging up my dub, classic dub and electronic dub collection a while ago to prepare a DJ set for a planned app, a mobile phone app that is about to be launched somewhere in the future, which will feature a club radio thing. And well, this app is delayed, and so I prepared a DJ set for this one, and this was used in the LSB TV, experimental TV show, which runs in Berlin at Alex Berlin TV, and was accompanied by visuals from the Switzerland video artist Trick Farthest, which are pretty much hypnotic and very great, very smokers visuals, kind of very trippy, and in the raster colors and stuff. So this is a 1 hour set of mine that is now available on YouTube, not on my channel, but on the LSB TV channel, which will pop up here somewhere. So I'm gonna link that, and the set has been up for I don't know, a week or so, and about 2,000 people have seen this already. So if you're into dub, into bass music, I highly recommend to click the link that is popping up here and to dive into the world of dub and reggae and modern dub and all that stuff. So having this out of the way, I'm gonna start with my favorite releases, and the first one is 2 Days and 1 Night by Sela, which is this one, a CD. Opens like this. There's the artwork, the CD. The title was released on Sequel, catalog number 005, 5th release on the label. Pretty good ambient with a nice deep backstory, but this backstory is to be found out about on my website NightStylesD. I will put the link to the whole chart post and all to more information down in the description box below. But if you like classic ambient and stuff, this one, soft pads and stuff, Sela 2 Days and 1 Night, is highly recommended. Second CD I like is Paul Virkus, Discours Amoureux. Interesting album on Edition Beides, a Cologne-based label. Very minimal artwork. There are 4 tracks on this one, and mostly modular stuff, and this follows a concept of the artist not intervening when the machines are doing their work. So he put all the knobs in the right place and the cables, and connects all his modular system stuff, and then lets the machine run for whatever kind of time, and then just doing minimal edits and stuff. And yeah, what comes out is this album, 4 tracks on here, partly droney, partly ambient-y, partly clicks and cuts, experimental electronics. Pretty interesting. Paul Virkus, Discours Amoureux, I guess. I don't know. I might have butchered the pronunciation, but I don't speak any French, so pardon me for that. Next one is a release that's pretty old, but has been put out on the circuit again. 808 State, Excel, as a limited edition of 750 copies, numbered edition, so you can see the silver number here. Heavy gatefold vinyl, 180 gram vinyl with a nice like inlay print, and also a like 4-page this is the right way around, 4-page booklet which tells a little bit about the story of the group and stuff and their importance in like techno and acid house and whatever. Totally love the graphics, and this is like a huge one, 808 State XL, and also released on 180 gram double vinyl in a super. Also the sleeves are massive. This is really the kind of art I like. Very shiny and yeah, in pretty yellow vinyl. So this is definitely one of my retro finds, and it has been re-released on Music on Vinyl. And it contains what most of the people might not realize, like even the Björk fans, that Björk is on this album. And there are like 2 features, Oops and Q-Mart, where the Icelandic queen of experimental music is singing, and also there's 4 bonus tracks, and which includes like a remix of Monkey Mafia, remix of Cubic, and of course San Francisco is on here, In Your Face is on here, Cubic, Techno Bell, all the big tunes from that 1991 released album XL by 808 State. Electronic music classic, and one like every collector of electronic music should have. Sound quality is, well, so because there is like 4 tracks on each side, so as you know, if like music is bass heavy and stuff, it is always better to have not more than 6 minutes of music per side, because bass levels gets down and stuff. But still, great album, 808 State XL. Glad to add that to the collection, and in this limited edition, even better. Next one is also like a club music record, Deepa and Biri, Echoic Memories EP on the Transmat label from Detroit. Great logo, nice artwork, classic label, black vinyl, so I won't get this out. Here's the label print. Both artists are from Israel, and what we find on here is like dub techno, I guess, with a little Detroity twists, very deep, good club tools definitely, and one of the records I was talking about in my video, in which I was talking about what I buy and like what I play out as a DJ. Another video you might be interested in, so this will pop up here as well. And I mentioned that the next chart hall video will be more club orientated, so this is one of the club records I was talking about. And the next one, colored vinyl as well, Pathway Tracks, Federico Curatolo, the Orchestra EP. As you can read here, this was released a while ago, like 2013, and I don't know if it was repressed or not, but I found a copy in the record store I work at, and I was pretty blown away, because not only by the pretty color of this like violet purple 12-inch, which is a nice brick artwork on the other side, but this is like the house music I loved. Oh, what is this? No, I'm not closing all that tabs in my browser, so excuse me for the like little distraction. This is exactly the kind of house music I loved in the like early 90s, 93, 94, 95, although released and crafted in like 2013. This is more like the old school classic house and deep house stuff. Pretty good feel, pretty good vibe, and this one is also like maybe an unusual buy for me. Fleetwood Mac, Sledgehead Bristol. Yeah, one side, standard black vinyl, edits, and yeah, this is like a mashup of one like Sly and the Family Stone track, I guess, and like the vocals of Dreams by Fleetwood Mac, and I totally love this special song by Fleetwood Mac from the Rumours album. because like back in the days I met like a female drum and bass vocalist, drum and bass singer from Mannheim, and she booked me to one of her parties, and she had like apart from doing the drum and bass stuff, she had a like cover band with her dad, and they were covering like Fleetwood Mac songs. And later after the party she sent me a tape with her like singing Fleetwood Mac, and her voice was like most beautiful and like sounded even better, maybe like the original Fleetwood Mac tune. So whenever I hear this song, this evokes memories and stuff, so I have to buy it. And this one, like Sledgehead Bristol release, catalog number 03, contains a rumor sample with a disco beat, so this is an edit I cannot avoid, and like I have to have in my collection. And I played this out at the Mojo Jazz Cafe as well and got pretty good reactions on that. So if you're into disco edits, which I'm not too much, but sometimes, this one is definitely recommended. And now some more muscular techno stuff from my man Freddy Fresh. The modulator, Breathe and Try Again. The writing is not on the cover, this is my like handwriting, of course. And yeah, on Analog Records USA, so this means Analog Records is back. The old label by Freddy Fresh, aka The Modulator. And limited to 100 copies. This is pretty wonky, muscular techno stuff for the underground massive, I'd say. Not easy to play these days, but pretty good in terms of quality, and that guy is like becoming pretty active. And you might know Freddy Fresh for like his collaboration with Norman Cook, aka Fatboy Slim, which was a big hit back in the days. And that guy also runs Howling Records and Analog Records and a few other labels, and has been active ever since, like since the early 90s, I guess. And from the conversation we had via like SoundCloud and emails and like Twitter, seems to be a pretty nice guy, so I'm looking forward to meet him someday, so when he comes to Germany, to Europe again to play out. So if you like muscular techno stuff, underground, bass heavy stuff, this is the one to go for. The Modulator, Breather and Try Again on Analog Records USA. Catalog number is 042. And finally, you've seen this one, Subsonic Records, Dr. Walker vs. Omsk Information and Synthetique. I've done an unboxing on this on Subsonic Records from Berlin. Like Dr. Walker and Omsk Information do like pretty darkish underground industrial techno, I'd say, with a little dub techno influence. And Synthetique on the other side comes up with 2 tracks, and one of them is more like Terence Fixmer-esque, fast, EBM-ish techno, and the other one is more broken techno stuff. So a lot of stuff for the dance floor in my charts for January 2K17, and I'm pretty curious what the next chart haul video brings, because like, you know, my musical taste is like that wide in terms of electronic music, and so there will be a lot of good stuff coming up. But the next video, I guess, will be another vinyl talk, because like I was inspired by one of the members of the vinyl community, by Tom Hirant District, to talk about like a tribe techno record which includes like a bootleg remix of one of the Beatles tracks. And as I mentioned in one video prior to this, I can't stand the Beatles, but this remix is the only time I can listen to the Beatles, like to their vocals and stuff, without putting the music off immediately. So watch out for this one, subscribe to this channel if you don't want to miss out on like any videos I do and stuff. And there's this little bell signal like next to the subscription button, and like if you want to get notifications of my new videos, just press that button as well, because YouTube is like a little bit buggy these days. Yeah, and that's it. Leave me a comment, leave me a thumbs up, whatever. I'm open to any conversation. And yeah, now I'm out going into editing and stuff and uploading the video straight away. So I'm gonna talk to you in the next one. See you later.